Hey guys, this is avilo here, and I'm bringing you an insane replay. I had to do this. I had to record this game. Because sometimes, we all know the last patch just came out for Stormgate, and I do not want this replay to get corrupted, guys, because this game is actually, what you're about to see is pretty insane. So if you haven't been paying attention, Stormgate got a new patch just yesterday, and the biggest change on the patch, in my opinion, is the fact that Vanguard doesn't suck anymore. So, or rather, Vanguard is now able to keep up with the other two factions of the game, Infernals and Celestials. And yeah, we're gonna go into the game, guys. So if you want to learn how to play mech, if you want to see a sick mech game, you're in the right place right now. You are in the right place, fellas. Unfortunately, it doesn't show my opponent's name, but this is a Masters player. Let me actually check what rank he is real quick, or what rank this guy is in the ladder. So, let's see. He's Masters 2, 1,951 MMR, which means, if we just copy paste this here, this guy is he's currently rank 145 in the ladder. Really good game, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I am the Vanguard player in the bottom right. He is the Infernal player in the bottom left. I can't read Korean, so I don't know what his name says. You know what? Let's actually translate it. What does his name actually say? His name is translated as the Great War. So we're playing against the Great War, apparently. Alright. For the beginning of the game, I open up with a fast expand. This is a new map that they just put in. It's called Furious Resolve. As you can, it's nice they put that in the replay. He tries to harass my expansion a little bit, delay it. Doesn't really do much there, and then he teleports out, if I remember correctly. He teleports back. And we see him also, he's doing the same back home. But it's interesting because you're about to see him go even more ultra greedy than me in a moment. So you can see he sends out another imp here, and he's not actually creeping. Most Infernal players would be creeping right now, but this guy decides that he's going to go for a third base. Just waiting for the 350, I guess, that it takes. And yeah, so back at home, I'm just macroing. I built a wall in here, built a turret in the wall just in case. Factory, mech bay, barracks, and I'm gonna build lancers and hedgehogs is my opener, my opponent. Well, you're about to see what he's gonna do this game because it becomes quite a wild game, guys. Now you can see he is creeping, so he went 3 base into later creep camps. He tries to test me a little bit. Couldn't get the last one. He does. I think I do save this answer with the flower there, which is always nice. He tries to scout me. Can't get that. Oh, also, I took a third as well, guys. I took a fast third to equalize because I saw that he went for a fast third, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll go for a fast third as well. You can see him walling us off like Brood War. You can see we both build turrets at our at the expansion. This is a common thing in Stormgate. Stormgate is like Brood War, guys. And excuse my sniffling a little bit in this replay, guys. I'm still a little under the weather, as always. But anyways, so I'm just creeping the map. He is actually, he is doing the same. But you guys are gonna notice in Stormgate is very much like Brood War, where you need the defense up before something happens. There's no time to get it up later. So you have to already have the turrets in place, which you're going to see comes into play a little bit in this game. And you can see I'm actually going for a fast 4th base. Even faster than the Infernal player because I wanted to play. I figured he's playing greedy, I'll play even greedier. So this is a calculated risk. I wouldn't recommend doing this every game. Playing all 3 base is probably better. But I decided to do it. Took a little bit of a risk. And if you went to my vision, I mean, right now I'm mostly making hedgehogs. This is the way I like to play. I go 2 factory barracks. I build medtechs out of the barracks, hedgehogs, and an occasional Vulcan. And then I go into Vulcan Atlas Hedgehog Mech. And my opponent, you're about to see, is going to do something very tricky. He starts spamming these, the Spriggans. So, and you notice I have the replan times too, because otherwise this was a long game if I run. Let's see, 32-minute game. So so we'll just play the replan times 2 for now. But as I was saying, guys, very important in Stormgate to already have the defense up. It's just something that, like, you even see here, he has 3 at his natural. So you can see I'm starting to make turrets at my 4th base. And this is something that's different from some other games, guys, because in other games, you don't do this in other games where you build them that early. Not always, at least. Because usually you don't. Usually it seems very newbie to invest in static defense. But in Stormgate, very much like Brood War, where a Protoss player builds like 5 cannons up the ramp, that's how you do it in Stormgate. So you have to go in with that the StarCraft 1 mindset of you already need the static defense up. This must be some new strat, because I've seen a lot of Infernal players that lately they're massing brutes. I don't know if they changed something with it, or this is just I'm playing players that like making the brutes. And you can see I put 3 I positioned 3 hedgehogs here in anticipation of these of being harassed. Now this is very tricky because look at his army. Like, we're about equal supplies. You can see I have two full evacs for Atlases. The rest of my army is gonna be hedgehogs. But his army is very surprisingly mobile. Usually I don't see this strategy much from Infernals, to be honest. But it is. You're gonna see that it works on this map because of how big the map is. It actually made sense that he did this. It's basically like Ling Muta. He's basically going Ling Muta, essentially. Like, he's still massing the Spriggans. Like, we're about the same supply, but do I have the right supply? Tough to say. So you can see I'm set up for a push. I really want to push, but he's playing this very much like Ling Muta or like a Brood War player that just is not going to, like, fight or engage. And that's smart, I suppose, because he knows he's probably going to lose. Also, by the way, I should have I do have the Atlas Plasma Arc Infusion upgrade, so when they hit the ground with their attack, it has that after effect. And that is the key to making him play more. You can see I'm trying to get him to fight, he just doesn't want to fight me. He's just gonna run around, he doesn't want to fight. I mean, I could base trade, but you guys know that I prefer to not base trade, and you can see he's already preparing to, like, for the base trade. So maybe I should have base traded. My army is a lot better than his, but now, you can see I have the super shield on lobbies, and this is gonna change the entire outcome of the game, but the fact that I have these super shielded up, I should have taken my from that level. I didn't realize he was on this legend. I thought he was gonna send some guardians too. But this base survived, the turret survived because of the depots, the super depots. You can see, this is like Ling Muta, you can see how annoying this is really getting. He doesn't even have any, like, well, he does have these, but as you'll see in a moment, I'm gonna actually survive. He has this base fully saturated for his supply. So you guys are about to see just how insane it is having these turrets already up in instantly, because they're going to take out a lot of stuff and give me time to defend. I elevator a bunch of units up into the cliff. So, like, normally you'd be dead here, you would think, but instead, he's getting completely routed. Like, he lost everything. I actually killed one of my own exact guys. I don't know if you guys just saw that. But this base survives, and it's because of this. This is what you do, guys. not like there's 2 Lancer turrets. Another. I was gonna put a repair guy. I should have had a Bob in there to repair. And you can see now the game is like almost back to even. I would say. I'm actually ahead of the supply. He is doing this hit and run, and I'm building a bunch of hangar bays. We'll just speed this up. So you can see, guys, I did actually build 3 more factories. My main, the habitats to power them, ideally. But he's now attacking threatening my main. And this looks so much like a Brood War game, where he's just going back. He refuses to fight, almost like a StarCraft 2 game as well. He's just gonna run. He doesn't want to fight. These are so much like Mutas. Now, during this time, I should be doing this camp here. I think it was a mistake to not do this, because that is a lot of income. That's a lot of extra income. It's only a level 2 camp. This one's level 4, so it's a little tougher. But yeah, we're about even again, and he comes out a new army basically out of nowhere. This is the power of Infernal. This is why I think that Bob change, minus 3 seconds, is it's such a good change, and it's a fair one. Because, like, look at it, he could just have him put down a base, insta-saturate it with workers. So I do think, some people might not like it if you play Infernals or if you play Celestials, but I think the minus 3 second production time on Bobs, I think, has made this game a lot more fair for Vanguard in terms of, like, because Vanguard is Stone Age production compared to the other 2 races, that buff alone, I think, has made the game feel so much better for Vanguard. You can get workers out a lot quicker. Even faster if you have your command post supercharged. You can get annoying again there. And I did research the sky mines for the Hornets. I'm trying to get those Hornets to counter this Hornets and the Hedgehogs with some other units in there. And now he just counters my main. So again, this is very much... It's a very frustrating game for me, although these are going to get better as we often do. I'm just going back and forth trying to design my eco. Very, very, there's some sky mines going off there. But he makes a mistake and he starts to lose, like, everything. Still has more. Like, so it's clear this guy obviously has practiced this. Like, this guy has obviously practiced doing this strategy. And this is probably maybe like the 2nd or 3rd time I played versus this. I played against it before. It's just I haven't seen it in a while. Also, this map makes this, like, insanely effective. I wouldn't be surprised after I show this replay starting to play like this. And obviously, just like Mech in StarCraft, Mutas have always been good against Mech if you can overwhelm the ground. He's running again. I'm just barely hanging on. And he is actually making brutes again. I have pretty good defense here. I have a lot of sky mines set up. And I think I just killed like almost like a third, maybe a little more than a third of the army. That was really good. I'm scrambling for resources at this point. I only have 2 bases. He has 1, 2, 3. He's about on 4 bases with this one. I should have maybe split something off here to deal with this earlier. It's so tough. You know, I am using the F2 key a little bit too much this game, but I am maintaining my mech army. I am keeping most of it alive. You can see he's already near max again. It's surprising that I won this. But I am managing to try and get my way back in the game, and then I said, never engage. You could tell I was frustrated. I was literally frustrated because he wouldn't. I even said it in the chat, guys. He's just running away. He's just running away the whole game. And you can see he's killing him. I think I actually preemptively I started making upgrading my command post up here because I knew I was gonna lose my entire main. And this, I mean, he has tried again, like I feel like I don't see this unit so often, but it is interesting that this map is enabling him to play this, like, essentially Ling main Muta without the Bane, just mostly brutes, fiends, and then all of these Spriggans and a dragon here and there. But it's quite crazy. We might see this on this map more often. And I think on a map like this, you really have to be solid with your defense. Like, I think you have to actually spam turrets everywhere. Like, once you have this space and this base set up, you really gotta spam turrets. Otherwise, you're gonna lose a lot. Now, this is where the game changes. You run into all these lines. You do quite a bit, actually. I'm just laying them as I run away. And so this is the fight. We're gonna fight now. He's gonna engage in this, but he's going in a line, literally a line. He's actually going in a straight line. And I do have some atlases that are putting down a lot of AoE. It is a very messy fight, but he's finally engaged. And you can see he lost pretty much everything. He just spam rallying to this bit. He wants to kill him. He just wants to end the game. We managed to hold on. A lot of these runners now. It's quite insane. Repair turrets are coming in clutch. We put the mines over that. So just a full-blown mech army, guys. You can see he's still just spamming so much across the map. I have to go back and defend. I super shield this keep that alive. He wastes so much time to kill it. So I have to keep this Atlas alive, and now I'm up 177 supply to 117. And that should be a game. Essentially, at this point, like, it's still very close. We're still almost catching back up. But these camps give me a lot of income. Like, no joke, guys. At this point, it's all about keeping your army alive and then doing the camps, because every camp we're gonna have is free income. So we're gonna keep this out. And he's struggling now. He's doing the same comp. He did try to make jumps, but that's not gonna really work. And I managed to do this. I don't think he was paying attention. I jumped on it. And that right there, that basically cost him the game, I feel like. Because it is very close at this point. And also right here as well. We're basically chasing him. Finally, I managed to chase him down in corner. So I have a lot of units here still. So finally, guys, we can finally just... You can see he doesn't want to fight. He's just running. Dude, this guy, he did play good. He played good, but it was very frustrating. Like, he just wouldn't fight the entire game. Now, obviously, I think I'm overcommitting units on here. He's just gonna base trade again. Such an annoying style. I wonder if Mass Hornets on this map is probably... Maybe I should have done this from the start. It would have actually saved me a lot of pain. Now, finally, guys, we're again even supply, but it seems like he's gonna get his army staggered. He can't keep his army here. If he keeps his army there, he's gonna lose. Because he might kill a lot of buildings, but even then, it's really tough for him to take me because I have a lot of super depots. I call those super depots, but you know what I mean, the ramparts. I have quite a few ramparts. And his army is staggered. Mine's also coming anytime staggered. But like, his army's not fighting my army. After his units are hitting buildings now, and my army's coming in from behind. All these, so many veteran hornets, like, the amount amount of veterans on my army is insane. Like, almost every unit is like a veteran 2 unit. It's quite crazy. You rarely see that with this many veteran units, but it's because he's thrown away so many fiends. That is the downside of going for like a mass fiend strat like he's going for, is he's actually feed me a ton of veterancy to my units, which is then becoming a lot stronger than they might normally be. And this is basically a game right there. He doesn't have enough to even deal with the Hornets, and you can see there's so many that is game. You can say I built a sentry post here to stop that. So make sure he doesn't re-expand that. And my army has been the mech army. It's alive, fellas. And then he taps out. So there you go, guys. Insane. Very TVZ StarCraft-esque mech game. It was just, I mean, it was a really close game, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the replay cast. If you like me doing these commentaries, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you want for the next one. I'm gonna keep doing these uploads. I'm planning to do a mini guide series on Stormgate, and yeah, the Stormgate patch, guys. I feel like with the just as an aside at the end of this video, I feel like the removal of the dog meta, the fixing Argents a little bit. I think Argents are fixed for. I think they are tweaked and fixed a bit. And on top of that, the #1 best change on this patch, I believe, is the -3 worker build time to Bobs has made the game feel so much more fair. Because simply before, I'll just say, and I don't think I'm being biased or or anything when I say this, but pre-patch, Vanguard versus Celestials felt impossible. Now I think it feels a little bit more possible, along with some of the other changes in there. Especially, also the turret change. The fact that now turrets build a lot quicker, that is such a huge change. And a bit Vanguard feels a lot more fair to play in terms of playability, whereas the other two races feel like they were Protoss and Zerg levels of easy in terms of mechanics, whereas Vanguard felt like it was Terran and this race. Whenever I stream, I call it it's anti-Terran syndrome, that for some reason the StarCraft developers always had this thing where they nerf Terran over and over again because supposedly the South Korean Terrans are just so much they're just so much better than everybody that they can use the race to the fullest extent. So then they nerf Terran 50 times, which then makes it really hard to play and annoying and not fun to play for 99% of the player base, which is not a good thing. So the fact that the turrets build a little quicker, you can build your defense easier, and also that you can actually now compete with the other two races that get the other two get an insane eco. They can spam their workers and get stuff, and Celestials can just fly their eco to patches and stuff really easily. So it feels like this is a good step. They made a good step. Those changes, the worker change, the turret change, and in general, obviously removing the dog meta from the mirror matchup, I think has, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I'll do another one of these tomorrow or whatever. I'm gonna keep uploading these game commentaries. So see you guys later. Peace out, dudes. Hope you enjoyed the commentary.